Welcome in, Matsu Miners fans, to game number 11 of the 43rd season of Matsu Miners Baseball. Alongside my good colleague Nick Velan, this is Brandon Monty coming to you from Herman Brothers Field in beautiful Palmer, Alaska, the site of Miners Baseball as they get set to host the Anchorage Glacier Pilots on what looks to be a beautiful Monday night in the Valley. Miners come into today's contest 5-5 on this young 2019 season. The Anchorage Glacier Pilots are 4-3. Let's not waste any more time. But before we get into the starting lineups tonight, we also like to recognize that it is Military Appreciation Day here at Herman Brothers Field. So to all those who have or are currently serving in our armed forces, thank you for your tremendous amounts of sacrifice and dedication. They do not go unnoticed. Let's take a look at our starting lineups. First, for the Anchorage Glacier Pilots, managed by Jeff Pritchard. Malcolm Tipler leads things off. He is at second base. Zach Morgan batting in the 2 spot. He will be catching. Garrett Spain is batting third. He's in right. Bradley Knighting is the cleanup man, and he will be DHing. Matt Otino bats fifth. He's at short. Alex Baeza is in the 6th spot. He's over at first. Zach Siegel is the 7th hitter. He is at third. E.J. Andrews bats 8th. He's in center. And rounding out the order, Dalen Clifton. He is in left. On the mound tonight for your Matsu Miners will be left-hander Blake Payton. Payton, a 6'1", 230-pound southpaw by way of Santee, California, and the University of Arizona. It will be his 3rd start of the year. He's 1-0 on this 2019 season with a 1.35 ERA and 6 2/3 innings pitched. It'll be his 2nd start of the year against the Glacier Pilots. Opponents hitting 154 against Payton on the year, 2 hits allowed, 1 run, it was earned, 6 strikeouts, 4 walks, as Malcolm Tipler just about ready to dig into the box. Looks like, as usual, a good crowd on hand here at Herman Brothers Field, as we are excited as always to be bringing you Matsu Miners Baseball here on YouTube Live. Remember, folks, you can stream all games, both home and away, on YouTube Live all season long. We'll have Miners Baseball for you every time they are out there. Tipler is ready to dig in. It'll be a lefty-on-lefty matchup here to start this one out.
Leading off for the Pilots, second baseman Malcolm Tipler.
As we are just about set for baseball here in the Matsunuka Valley. Payton is ready on the rubber. Gets his sign from catcher Sam Thompson, working from the left side of the rubber. The first pitch to Malcolm Tipler misses inside for a ball. Temperature at game time, 66 degrees with partly cloudy skies. There's a good gust of wind, though, at about 15 miles an hour, blowing out towards right field, so the ball might have a little more giddy up on it today. As the Pilots' leadoff man, Malcolm Tipler, is ahead in the count 1-0 to start this one off. Payton ready from the windup. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Is popped up on the infield. No, it'll get into foul ground. Thompson camps underneath it, makes the catch, as that one was hit right up the elevator shaft behind home plate. And a good play by Thompson there for out number 1. Let's take a look at the defensive alignment for your Miners tonight. Sam Thompson behind the plate. Drew Williamson at first. Josh Bristian's at second. Caden Hogan's at short. Tanner Carlson over at the hot corner playing third. And then in the outfield from left to right, Eric Webb, Justin Kirby, and Aaron Walters. The number 2 hitting Zach Morgan stepping in. A righty taking on the left-handed Payton, and the first pitch, a strike on the inside corner with the fastball. Zach Morgan coming into today 6 of 16 on the season. 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored. He also has a homer to his credit. 0-1 pitch is chopped over to third. Carlson is up with it, throws across the diamond in time for out number 2. So Payton sets down the first 2 men of the order for this Glacier Pilot lineup, and that'll bring up the number 3 hitter, Garrett Spain. The Matsu Miners pitching staff has done a phenomenal job over the last 2 games. 1 run allowed in their past 18 innings, including that no-hit performance from Kyler Bush. back on June the 13th against the Bucks as Spain lines one to first, and it just gets past Drew Williamson into right, and this could be extra bases for Spain as he's going to trot into second with a standing double on the first pitch. Drew Williamson gave it a pretty good jump there, a hard hit ball, but just out of the reach of the Alabama first baseman, so the Glacier Pilots have a runner in scoring position with 2 down, and Bradley Knighting coming to the plate. Knighting, the designated hitter tonight, struggling to start the year for the Glacier Pilots, just a 120 hitter, 2 RBIs, 3 runs scored, 6 walks, 5 strikeouts. Peyton now working from the stretch off the left side of the rubber, checks the runner. Here comes the first pitch to Knighting, is a called strike one on the fastball at the letters. Glacier Pilots and Miners both struggling team-wise hitting. They're 4th and 5th in the league respectively in batting average. Pilots come in hitting .206 as a team. Peyton checks the runner at second again. Gives him another look. Now the pitch. 0-1 pitch, a fastball catching the inside corner. Good locating there by the southpaw Peyton. And he's got Knighting down in the count 0-2. Looked like there was going to be some rain in the forecast today, but looks like it's held off for the most part. Beautiful night here for some baseball as the 0-2 waved at and missed. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. He sets down Knighting on 3 straight pitches for out number 3. Glacier Pilots leave one stranded. Miners coming to bat in the bottom of the first. We're still scoreless. Back here at Herman Brothers Field, Miners and Glacier Pilots still scoreless, with the Miners coming to bat for the first time on the evening. Let's look at our starting lineup for Tyler LeBrun's Miners. As in the leadoff spot, Eric Webb. It'll be his 5th straight game hitting there. Justin Kirby hitting second. He is in center, 5th straight game for him at the 2 spot. Drew Williamson bats third. He's over at first. Tanner Carlson bats cleanup. He's at third. Cody Huff hits 5th. He's the designated hitter. Aaron Walters bats 6th. He's out in right. Sam Thompson is hitting 7th and doing the catching. Caden Hogan bats 8th. He's at short. And rounding out the order, Josh Bristian. He will play second. On the mound for the Anchorage Glacier Pilots, it'll be left-hander Peyton Carson, a 6'5", 189-pound southpaw from Topeka, Kansas, by way of Missouri State. He has no decisions on the year. A 0 ERA in 7 innings pitched. He's only made 1 appearance, though, out of the bullpen. Opponents hitting 136 against him. The speedy Eric Webb digs into the box for the Miners. As the tall lefty Carson is ready, first pitch to Webb is chopped foul behind the plate for strike 1. Eric Webb has played just 5 games for the Miners so far this season, and he's already second in the ABL in runs scored. Carson goes into his windup and delivers. Waved at and missed by Webb, and he's quickly down 0-2. Nobody else in the top 10 for the ABL in runs this year has played less than 8 games. So Webb already wreaking havoc on the base pass, where he's 6 for 6 in stolen bases as the 0-2 fastball misses upstairs. The 2 leaders in stolen bases, both in the starting lineups today, Dalen Clifton hitting 9th for the Glacier Pilots, and then Webb leading things off for the Miners. The 1-2 pitch to him is poked over towards second. Tipler is up with it, throws over to first, and Webb is set down for the first out of the inning as we take a look at our defensive alignment for the Anchorage Glacier Pilots. Behind the plate is Zach Morgan. Alex Baeza's at first. Malcolm Tipler's at second. Matt Otino's at short. And Zach Segal is at third. Dalen Clifton's in left. E.J. Andrews in center. And Garrett Spain is out in right. Stepping into the box, the hottest hitter for this minor team right now, Justin Kirby, hitting out of the 2-spot playing center as the first pitch to him, a fastball that misses low, 1-0 the count. Kirby 10 for his last 25 after starting the season off slow. He leads the team in both runs scored and home runs. The 1-0 pitch to him, a fastball, this time catching the outside corner for a called strike one. Kirby's slash line over the last week, 400, 464 on base percentage, 560 slugging. He has been hitting the cover off the ball. The 1-1 pitch, a fastball that just misses outside, 2-1.
Yeah, Kirby got off to that slow start in those first couple of games and then really got into a rhythm as of late. So it's been good to see that from him as of lately.
Been very effective out of the 2-spot. He's got 6 RBIs to his credit along with a double. Here comes the 2-1, and Kirby waved at it and missed, chased the low fastball, so we're even 2-2. The Miners going with some pretty unique jerseys tonight in honor of Military Appreciation Night. They've got the Army camo going on with the jerseys, a very nice look. The jerseys will actually be auctioned off after the game as the 2-2 pitch just misses outside. Carson thought he had him rung up there as he gave a little smirk to his catcher. Was wondering where that missed. But good discipline by Kirby to lay off, so we're full 3-2. Kirby has hit one of his homers this season at Herman Brothers Field as the 3-2's on its way, and Kirby pokes it towards first. A little half swing. Baeza corrals it, and he tags Kirby before he can hit first, so the Kent State Golden Flash retired for the second out of the inning. And that's going to bring up the third hitting first baseman, Drew Williamson. This is Williamson's 10th straight game hitting in the 3-spot and playing first for that matter. Williamson's been struggling though as of late. He got off to a pretty hot start in this ABL season, but he's just 1 for 19 over his past 7 games. Lefty on lefty matchup here. Carson gets his sign. First pitch. A fastball that misses a bit upstairs, 1-0.
And it's just like what we said about Kirby getting on that hot streak. Williamson's been on the cold streak pretty much the same time as Kirby's been getting hot. So at some point they'll meet up in the middle and really be effective.
That's what the Miners hope as the 1-0 pitch, a fastball at the knees for a called strike one. Williamson struggled on the road, but you got to remember the first 4 games of the season when he was hot was here at Herman Brothers Field, and he talked about how he saw the ball pretty well here at Herman Brothers to start the year, so maybe a little homestand here will help him turn things around as the 1-1 is grounded foul over towards first base. Coach Jeff Erlab, a nice snag over there. So 1-2 now the count. Williamson, despite his struggles, is still tied for the ABL lead in doubles. He's got 4 of them, 4 RBIs, 3 runs. Coming into today, hitting .235. Carson gives the nod to his catcher, Zach Morgan, working from the right side of the rubber, the 1-2. Breaking ball upstairs, so we're even at 2. 2's across the board here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs with nobody on here. Still a scoreless ball game here in the bottom of the first. Carson is ready from the windup, the 2-2. Breaking ball drops in. A beautiful pitch by Carson there for a called strike 3, and the side is retired. 1-2-3 go the Miners. We're through 1 here at Herman Brothers Field. We're still scoreless. Back here in the top of the second at Herman Brothers Field, we're still scoreless through one as Matt Otino, the number 5 man, digging in for the Glacier Pilots. First pitch to him from Blake Payton, misses outside and low, 1-0 the count. Otino, a Fresno State Bulldog this past year, a .250 hitter on the year as he lines one to center, but right at Justin Kirby as he only had to move about 2 steps to corral that one, so 2 pitches, 1 out to start the top of the second for Blake Payton, and that's going to bring up the 6th inning first baseman Alex Baeza. Baeza struggling thus far for the Glacier Pilots on this 2019 season. Just 2 for 27 at the dish. 2 runs scored, 1 RBI. Lefty on lefty matchup here as the first pitch is a check swing, and it's a strike. I think that actually might have got Baez on the arm there. Might have nicked him. But regardless, he went around on the check. So 0-1 the count as the 0-1 is popped up towards short center field. Caden Hogan, and nope, Josh Bristian's going to call him off behind the bag at second to make the catch. Good communicating there between the 2 middle infielders. So 4 pitches, 2 outs here. Can't ask for much more from your pitcher to start an inning. And Zach Segal is going to be the 3rd man up here in the 2nd inning for the Pilots, making his season debut tonight. A native of La Jolla, California, by way of Stanford. First pitch on the way, a fastball that misses just a bit outside. Thompson tried to frame it, but no dice, says the home plate umpire. 1-0. Segal did not play for the Cardinal this past year. The 1-0 pitch is chopped back up the middle. Hogan corrals it, throws across his body to first. Good range there by the shortstop, and the side is retired. 6 pitches needed for Blake Payton there to cruise through the 5, 6, 7 of this Glacier Pilot order.
And he only has 14 pitches on the game so far through 2.
You like that for the longevity of an outing, that's for sure. We're through 1.5 here at Herman Brothers Field. We've still got a scoreless game. Back here in the bottom of the second at Herman Brothers Field in front of looks to be a very good crowd here on Military Appreciation Day. Again, a big thank you to all those who have served, who are currently serving in the armed forces. The 4, 5, and 6 coming up for this Matsu Minor squad as Tanner Carlson digs in to face the tall left-hander Peyton Carson as he goes into his windup. First pitch to Carlson, a breaking ball that cuts a bit too far inside, 1-0. Carlson coming off a big game against the Bucks yesterday. 3 hits and 2 RBIs in the win. He's now tied for 3rd in the ABL in ribbies with 8 of them as the 1-0 fastball misses just a bit outside for Carson. Had to take a deep breath there. I think he was wondering where he missed. But so far, the home plate umpire not really giving him the benefit of the doubt on that outside corner as the 2-0 pitch waved at and missed by Carlson for strike 1. The Elk Grove, California native raised his average by 80 points after last game. He's a .259 hitter on the year. 3 runs scored, as mentioned, 8 RBIs, 1 double, 4 walks, and a stolen base. The 2-1 pitch is fouled off the catcher right back towards us in the press box. So we're even now 2-2. The Glacier Pilots coming off a big victory 2 days ago against their Anchorage counterparts, the Bucks, 10-2. This is only the third game for the Pilots in the last 7 days. As the 2-2 pitch on the way from Carson is hit out towards right field. Garrett Spain is underneath it, though, makes the catch in the gap. So 1 out here to start the bottom of the second, and that's going to bring up Cody Huff.
Now batting for your Miners, designated hitter Cody Huff.
Cody Huff has made a pretty immediate impact for the Miners since coming in from Arizona. 6 for 16 on the year, already 5 runs scored, 2 RBIs, 1 double, 3 walks, and a stolen base. Gets a break from the field tonight, DHing. He's already played at catcher, third, and second. Carson in his windup, first pitch to Huff, a fastball that catches the outside corner for a called strike 1. As for the Miners, as mentioned, they are coming off a 6-game road trip where they took 4 of those games. As the 0-1 to Huff is just a bit upstairs with the fastball, 1-1 now the count. Coming into today, the Anchorage Bucks still the leaders in the ABL at 7-4. They have, however, lost 3 straight as Huff grounds a 1-1 pitch foul over towards the Glacier Pilot dugout, so he's down 1-2. The Pilots have only played 7 games on the season. Every other team in the ABL has played at least 10. The Miners are actually a half game out from the Pilots for second place in the ABL coming in. The 1-2 offering to Huff on its way, and it's fouled straight back off the screen, so we'll do it again, 1-2. Remember, folks, a foul ball can do some serious damage to your car. You can always visit the fine folks at the Valley's locally owned and operated Napa Auto Parts. They're in Big Lake, Palmer, and Wasilla. Visit www.napaalaska.com for more information. Carson in his windup, another 1-2 pitch, a breaking ball grounded to short. Up with it, Autino. He throws across, and it pulls Baeza off the bag. So Cody Huff reaches on what will be an E6 there. Autino was charging in. He threw it across his body, and that throw really wasn't that close. It was a 1 bouncer, and Baeza had to take about 2 steps off the bag at first just to scoop it. There was no way he was going to be able to stretch and make that play. So the Miners have their first base runner of the evening by way of an error, and Aaron Walters coming to the plate. Walters 3 for 14 on the year thus far, a returning member from last year's championship team. Huff gets about a 3-step lead off first. Carson gives him 2 looks. Now the first pitch to Walters, a fastball catching the outside corner for a called strike 1. Again, going back to the standings, the Miners just a game and a half out after beating the Bucks twice this past week. Big 2 victories for the Miners after dropping their first 4 of the year to the Bucks, as the 0-1 pitch to Walters, a check swing, but it's in there for a called strike anyway, so Walters down 0-2.
Yeah, and the Bucks have been, slipping up lately. They've shown that they're vulnerable to lose a few games, and that's a good sign for the Miners because the Miners look to be the better team in those past 2 games against them.
As Peyton Carson throws over to first to keep Cody Huff in check, and you got to remember, you get off to a hot start, but at the end of the day, it's a 44-game season. Season doesn't end after 10 games, so a lot of time left for a lot of these teams to make moves. In fact, every team is within 3 games. The Chinooks are in 5th, but they're just 3 games out of first as the 0-2 pitch misses just a bit outside with the fastball 1-2. The Miners game and a half out. Peninsula Oilers, they've actually won 3 in a row. They're the hottest team in the ABL right now, 5-6, just 2 games out. So it just goes to show you how close everybody is already. Still very early in the season. As a 1-2 pitch, another fastball. Morgan tried to frame it behind the plate. And again, Carson giving that smirk. He thinks he's hitting that outside corner. But this home plate umpire not giving him much of a benefit of the doubt. 2-2 count. Huff gets his lead from first. Carson ready. The 2-2. Breaking ball waved at and missed for strike 3. So Walters set down for the second out of the inning. And the catcher, Sam Thompson, coming to the plate, looking to make some noise here with 2 outs for the Miners in the second.
Now batting for the Miners, catcher Sam Thompson.
Thompson, 3 for 16 on the year. 278 on base percentage, 1 run scored, 1 RBI, and 1 double to his credit. As Carson throws back over for the second time, keeping Huff honest. Huff with 1 stolen base on the year. The Miners as a team, they're the only team in the ABL that has yet to be caught stealing. They're a perfect 10 of 10. Carson working from the belt in the stretch. The first pitch to Thompson is fouled off to the right side, and that one's going to get out of play. It'll be a souvenir. Peyton Carson in his second appearance of the year. His first start. Not too often he goes 7 innings out of the bullpen. That was back in that 14-inning game against the Chinooks that the Pilots had back on June 6th. That was opening day for the Glacier Pilots, and they won that game 3-1. Carson ready at the belt, working from the stretch, and throws back over at Huff. The third time now that Carson has given him a look over at first. Anchorage Glacier Pilots come into this game with a 2.17 team ERA. As Carson ready, and the 0-1 pitch fouled off to the right side again by Thompson, a little late on the fastball. So 0-2 is our count. For Thompson, this is his 6th start behind the plate this year for the Miners. Carson ready. The 0-2 is waved at and missed for strike 3, and the side is retired. We're through 2 here at Herman Brothers Field as the Miners leave one stranded in the bottom of the second. We're still scoreless when we come back. The 8-9-1 coming up for these Anchorage Glacier Pilots here in the top half of the third. We're still scoreless here, just 1 hit between the two teams through 2 innings. To no surprise of this commentator, we've got ourselves another pitcher's duel. The top 2 pitching staffs in the ABL to date, as Peyton gets E.J. Andrews to wave at a first pitch fastball and miss for strike 1. Andrews, a Long Beach, California native, Fresno State Bulldog this past year. The 0-1 offering, a fastball that misses away, as Thompson had to scoot over a bit to his right to get that one. We're even 1-1. Andrews, a 36th round pick by the Pittsburgh Pirates in the 2018 MLB draft, as he lifts one out towards center. Kirby is retreating, and he's not going to get this ball as it bounces just shy of the wall. As Andrews trots into second, he thought about third, but he'll stop there as he's in with a standing double to start the top half of the third. And I don't know about you, Nick, but that ball didn't look like it had a lot of juice on it. But as we mentioned earlier today, that wind is taking the ball. A little more carry on it this evening.
And that's obviously what Kirby saw. He took a couple steps in, realizing that that ball is way deeper than he first anticipated. Had to put on the gas as fast as possible to try to get as close to that ball, and it drops right in front of him, which it's a tough way to start the inning.
Kirby didn't get much of a jump on that ball. It's a tough read with this wind. Again, it's at about 17 miles per hour at the moment. The ball doesn't normally carry as well here at Herman Brothers Field as it does at other ballparks, especially in Anchorage, as the first pitch to the 9-hitter Dalen Clifton, miss. So 1-0 now. Peyton working from the stretch off the middle of the rubber. Here it comes. The 1-0, a fastball right at the knees for a called strike one. The two leaders in stolen bases in the ABL squaring off against one another here as Dalen Clifton and Eric Webb both starting. Clifton 6 for 7 on the base pass this year. Not a guy that you want on the base pass, no question about it. The 1-1 on its way. It's grounded over towards third, but it just scoots foul in front of the Pilots' third base coach. Jeff Pritchard and Tyler LeBrun, both first-year managers for their respective teams. LeBrun was an assistant last year with the Miners. And Jeff Pritchard now 7 games into his first year with the Glacier Pilots. Peyton working from the stretch. He's ready at the belt. Checks Andrews at second now. Deals a 1-2 fastball. Misses away. So we're even now at 2-2. Clifton on the season, a .292 hitter. No extra base hits yet, but he does have 4 RBIs, 5 runs scored, and 8 walks. A .471 on base percentage. Peyton now working from the left side of the rubber. Here comes a 2-2 in the dirt, and Andrews now a snap throw back over to second as Andrews slides back in time. He got a good secondary lead as he thought about advancing, but a good block by Sam Thompson behind the plate. So we're full now, 3-2. Glacier Pilots have a runner in scoring position to start their half of the third. Peyton checks the runner. Now the 3-2 pitch is grounded back up the middle. That's going to get through for a base hit. Andrews is given the green light, and he is going to come in to score. So the Glacier Pilots strike first with a RBI single by Dalen Clifton, and the Pilots lead it 1-0. So the 5-game streak of the Miners scoring first comes to an end with that RBI single. So after the leadoff double, Dalen Clifton quickly makes the Miners pay. That's his 5th RBI of the year, and we're back to the top of the order with Malcolm Tipler. Third baseman Tanner Carlson playing on the grass in the infield as first pitch to Tipler misses just a bit low for ball 1. And now with Clifton on base, you got to be aware of him potentially stealing. You know he's more than likely going to get the green light. He's already 6 for 7 on the year. He's got a good 3.5-step lead over at first. Peyton deals. Tipler signals bunt, pulls it back, but regardless, it's a called strike anyway. 1-1. Tipler in his first time around popped it up right up the elevator shaft for Sam Thompson behind the plate. It was in foul ground. Peyton ready at the belt. Gives Clifton a look at first. He's ready the pitch. Clifton goes as this ball is lofted out towards short right field. Retreating is Bristian, and he's going to camp under it and make the catch for out number 1. So 2 pop-outs to start the game for Malcolm Tipler, and that's the first out of the inning with Zach Morgan coming to the dish. Morgan grounded out to third his first time aboard. Morgan hitting from the right side here. Clifton once again gets about a 3.5-step lead. As we'll see if he is given the green light. They'll try to move him into scoring position. Peyton gives him a look. First pitch. Fastball misses upstairs. Snap throw back to first by Thompson, but Clifton slides back in safe. Good idea there by Thompson just to keep him honest. Glacier Pilots first in the ABL last season with 72 stolen bases. That was 25 more than the next best team. They are very aggressive on the base pass. As the 1-0 pitch to Morgan waved at and missed for strike 1, so we're even. One's across the board, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, and a 1-0 Pilot lead here in the top half of inning number 3. So far on the year, the Pilots 13 for 16 in stolen bases. Peyton is ready at the belt. Checks Clifton over at first, and Clifton thought about going. Another snap throw down to first, and Clifton once again slides back in safely. Meanwhile, the 1-1 pitch missed upstairs, so 2-1 now the count.
Weird. It looked like he got a pretty good jump there, but after 3 strides, he stops and goes back to first, which is very surprising.
Sam Thompson's got a cannon of an arm behind the plate. As Clifton once again gets his lead, you got to be thinking that he's going here as Peyton throws over for the first time. As the speedy Hawaii native is back in time standing. 1-0 game here, 3 hits for the Pilots. Peyton is ready from the left side of the rubber. Kicks and delivers. The 2-1 pitch is popped up foul to the right side, and that's going to get out of play into the stance. Remember, folks, if a foul ball does damage to your car, you can always visit the Valley's locally owned and operated Napa Auto Parts. They're in Big Lake, Palmer, and Wasilla. Visit www.napaalaska.com for more information. Great view of the Pioneer Peak Mountain out in left field tonight on what has turned out to be a beautiful evening for baseball. Just a little bit of a breeze. Partly cloudy skies with the sun peering its way down. Temperature 64 degrees. Peyton is ready. 2-2 pitch on its way. Just misses outside. A great pitch there by the lefty. Tough to lay off with 2 strikes, but Morgan did, and we're full 3-2. Miners looking for win number 3 in a row tonight. They're 1-3 at home on the year and 4-2 away from Herman Brothers Field, looking for a reversal of fortune here in Palmer. 3-2 pitch as Peyton throws over to first again. The second time this at-bat to keep Clifton honest. Middle infield in double play def here. 1 man on, 1 man out. With Bristian playing close to the bag at second. Zach Morgan, one of 3 Fresno State Bulldogs on the roster for this Glacier Pilot team, digs back in. And Peyton again throws over to first. So that's now the 6th throw over, whether it's Peyton or Thompson, that Clifton has got. As we'll see if he gets the green light here on this 3-2 pitch. Morgan digs back in. 6 for 17 on the year at the plate. Peyton taking his time on the rubber, and he'll step off here. So once again, we await the 3-2 pitch. Peyton is ready. Morgan is ready. Peyton checks the runner. The 3-2. Clifton goes. It's ball 4. So Clifton won't have to steal second there. So we've got 2 runners on here for the Pilots with 1 out. And the number 3 hitter, Garrett Spain, coming up to bat. Spain had a pretty good year for Austin Peay this past year. The Clarksville, Tennessee native hit .333, 7 homers, 52 runs batted in, 53 runs scored. A .222 hitter coming into this game. He doubled in his first time aboard. That was his 2nd double of the year. 2 men on, 1 man out. Lefty on lefty matchup here. Peyton ready at the belt. First pitch to Spain is waved at and missed. He tried to hit that one all the way back to Anchorage, but it came up empty. So Peyton ahead in the count, 0-1. So far on the year, the Miners have not won a game when they did not score first. So we'll see if they can reverse that trend here this evening. As Peyton looking to limit the damage here in this 3rd inning, and 0-1 pitch misses. A snap throw down to second as Clifton slides back in. The 7th throw over towards him. The Miners pitching staff, a 3.57 ERA coming in. Good for 2nd in the ABL, only behind the Glacier Pilots. Peyton leans in towards his catcher Thompson, gives him the nod. He's got the sign that he likes. 1-1 pitch on its way. Fastball misses away. 2-1 now the count. Peyton has struggled at times with his control on the year. 4 walks in 6 2/3 innings of work. What would now actually be 9 innings if you count this outing. Just surrendered his first walk of the evening in that last batter as Spain sends one out towards center field. Kirby drifts in about 3 steps, camps under it, makes the catch for out number 2. Clifton thought about tagging up but laid off there. As that fly ball not deep enough to advance the runners, they'll stay put with 2 down. Still 2 men on, and the cleanup man, Bradley Knighting, coming to the dish. Knighting was set down on 3 pitches his first time around. Peyton looking to replicate that here and work his way out of a jam. Glacier Pilots have left just 1 man stranded here on the ball game. Hadn't been a lot of base runners to this point. First pitch to Knighting, misses away with the fastball for ball 1. Blake Peyton still working out of the stretch. Gives Thompson a nod, as he's got what he likes here. From the belt. And a pickoff throw goes into center field as it sails over Caden Hogan's head, and now Justin Kirby stumbles out in center. So an errant pickoff play there. But luckily for the Miners, Clifton unable to advance. As you got to remember, this is only the 5th game of the year for this Miners team at Herman Brothers Field. These outfielders, I think, still trying to get used to all the room that they have out there and just the terrain. The 1-0 pitch on its way to Knighting, misses low, ball 2. The Miners' only home win of the season has come against the Pilots when they defeated them 5-3 back on June 7th here at Herman Brothers. Peyton checks Clifton at second, and the 3-0 runs inside and gets Knighting right on the back. So the bases are now juiced with 2 down, and that'll bring up shortstop Matt Otino. Otino lined out in his last time aboard as catcher Sam Thompson will head out to the mound to have a quick word with his lefty. With the Glacier Pilots in danger of blowing this game open here in the 3rd, this is a big at-bat coming up. And now pitching coach Jeff Erlab is going to have a word with his starter as the infield gathers in. A reminder, folks, this is game 1 of a 5-game homestand this week for the Miners. After tonight's contest, the Peninsula Oilers come to town from Kenai. The Miners will play them 4 times from June 18th through the 21st. These will be the last home games for the Miners until June 28th, when they have a 2-game stand against the Bucks. First pitch to Otino, a fastball that misses outside. 1-0 is now the count. Blake Peyton's now working from the windup. The 1-0 pitch is lined out to right field. This one could be trouble, and it just drifts foul. Tino gave that one a pretty good ride. In fact, it may have had the distance if it stayed fair. But instead, it's just a harmless foul ball, so 1-1 now the count. Peyton, again from the windup, the 1-1 pitch to Otino, a fastball right at the knees, good locating there by the lefty by way of Santee, California, and he's 1 strike away from working his way out of a jam. 1-2 pitch on its way to Otino. Breaking ball misses inside, 2-2. Otino, 24 games played this past year for the Fresno State Bulldogs. The 2-2 on its way is grounded over to second. This should get the Miners out of it. Bristian throws over to Williamson, and the side is retired. Glacier Pilots leave 3 stranded in the top of the 3rd, but they do strike first on an RBI single from Dalen Clifton. When we come back, Miners are coming to the plate. They're down 1-0. Caden Hogan coming to bat here for the Miners in the bottom of the third as they trail the Anchorage Glacier Pilots 1-0. Hogan hitting out of the 8th spot here. It'll be the 8, 9, and 1 set to come up for Tyler LeBrun's Miners. Peyton Carson still on the bump as his first pitch to Hogan is low, but Hogan chased as he tried to golf that one and missed for strike 1. Peyton Carson has now gone 9 innings to start his ABL season without giving up a run. The 0-1 to Hogan is in the dirt as he lays off there as it gets away from catcher Zach Morgan to the backstop, so 1-1 now the count. Hogan 1 for 13 on the season with 6 punch-outs, still looking to find his groove here for the Miners. Carson goes into his windup. The 1-1 pitch is fouled right back towards us in the press box, so Hogan now behind in the count, 1-2. The Miners still trying to get their feet wet offensively here, trying to pick things up. However, they've been hitting the ball much better over this past week. Still just a 204 average as a team as the 1-2 pitch again in the dirt with the breaking ball, so we're even 2-2. The Miners, 4 runs per game on the season, along with 6 hits, both ranked 4th in the ABL. They are tied for second. In fact, 4 teams have 2 home runs on the year as a team, as the 2-2 pitch to Hogan rings him up for called strike 3. Looked like the breaking ball there, low and inside. Hogan couldn't do much with that one, so there's 1 down here in the bottom of the third, and Josh Bristian stepping in for the Miners.
Now batting for the Miners, make some noise for your second baseman, Josh Christian.
Bristian got the last game off, hitting 9th today and playing second. Carson ready. The first pitch to the second baseman is a fastball check swing by Bristian, but it's in there for a called strike anyway. So 0-1 the count. Bristian from Phoenix, Arizona, a 2 for 19 hitter on the year thus far. The 0-1 pitch to him, a breaking ball that misses inside, 1-1. The Miners, 10 doubles as a team on the season. Bristian's got 1 of them. As the 6'5 lefty goes into his windup. The 1-1 pitch, a fastball that catches the outside part of the plate for strike 2. Miners still looking for their first hit of the ball game. Carson ready, goes into his overhead windup, and the 1-2 pitch is lofted out to right, and there you go. The first hit of the ball game for the Miners comes on a soft liner to right from Josh Bristian, his 3rd hit of the season. And the Miners have a base runner now for the 2nd inning in a row, and it's back to the top of the order with Eric Webb.
Yeah, you called that one.
Hey, I do what I can. Webb 6 for 18 now on the year. He grounded out to second in his first time around. Miners looking to do some damage here. Infield in double play def. 1 man on, 1 man out. Bristian gets his lead from first. Carson from the stretch. First pitch is popped up. And this one will drift out about medium deep to right. Spain is underneath it, and he makes the catch. So on the first pitch, Webb is retired for out number 2. And Justin Kirby now coming to the plate. Kirby entered this game a .308 hitter. A 3 unassisted in his last at-bat. He grounded out to the first baseman. Kirby, an Alpharetta, Georgia native. Looking for a little 2-out rally in the valley here for this Miners squad as they trail 1-0. Carson checks Bristian at first, working from the stretch. First pitch fouled right back off the screen. So he's down in the count, 0-1. For Justin Kirby, this is his 5th straight game hitting out of the 2 spot. Started the year at 3. Then for 5 games, he was in the leadoff spot, and now is settled in at the 2. Has definitely been the most dangerous hitter for the Miners this year. The only Miner that has hit a home run. He's got 2 of them on the season. 0-1 pitch to Kirby, a fastball that catches the outside corner for strike 2, and Kirby didn't like that one, but regardless, he's down in the count, 0-2 with 2 down. Peyton Carson steps back in. ready at the belt. Gives Bristian a look at first. Bristian goes, pitches high. The throw down to second is in time for out number 3. So Josh Bristian, in his first stolen base attempt of the year, is gunned down by catcher Zach Morgan, and the side is retired. Miners can't get anything going in the third. We're through 3 here at Herman Brothers Field. The Glacier Pilots still in control, 1-0. I'll hand it over to Nick Veland for the 4th, 5th, and 6th innings when we come back.
And welcome to the top of the 4th inning. Blake Payton still on the mound. First pitch to Alex Baeza is swung on and fouled straight back for strike 1. Baeza out of South Jordan, Utah. And here's the 0-1 offering to him. In the dirt for ball 1. 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. So the count goes to 1-2 to Baeza. And the 1-2 pitch. Lined foul down the third baseline, and the count will remain 1-2. Baeza goes to Hawaii Manoa and batted .278 in his previous season there. Steps in for the 1-2 pitch. In the dirt, and it goes to the backstop, and the count will go even at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, and here's the pitch from Payton. Broken bat that went foul. I don't think we've seen that yet this season.
I think it's
Going
to go down as a strikeout, or
Oh no,
No,
he's switching his.
I never saw the ball pop out of Thompson's glove, but yeah, he's just switching his bat.
I saw the ball just go straight foul. I don't know. That's weird. We haven't seen a broken bat so far, so that's interesting. As the count remains 2-2, and Baeza steps back into the batter's box with a new bat. And here's the 2-2 pitch. Misses low for ball 3, and the count will go full. Payton with the payoff pitch. Behind Baeza, and that will be ball 4. So Payton with his second hit by pitch tonight. And Baeza will take first. Bringing up Zach Siegel. Siegel 0 for 1 on the night with a ground out. And here's the first offering to him. Runs inside and misses for ball 1.
Peyton's starting to lose a bit of his control here in this last inning or so. Walked a batter and now 2 hit by pitches, all within a span of the last 5 batters.
Baeza takes his lead at first, and here's the 1-0 pitch. Misses outside for ball 2, and yeah, Peyton has definitely been struggling these past last inning and now to begin this inning. But we'll see if he can turn that around here as the count goes to 2-0 to Siegel. Two-0 pitch from Peyton. Runs inside for ball 3. Siegel from La Jolla, California. Attends Stanford University. And in his high school career, he was a 2-time Under Armour preseason All-American. And here's a 3-0 pitch. Misses high for ball 4. So Peyton to start off the inning with a hit by pitch and a base on balls. As it appears that the Miners are starting to warm up. Someone in the bullpen with Sam Thompson going out to the pitcher's mound to calm down his pitcher, as pitching coach Jeff Erlab now makes his way to the pitcher's mound. Just freeing up some time for the bullpen and getting Peyton some pointers. First thing that Jeff Erlab told him there was calm down. You could read his lips there perfectly, was just calm down and pitch your stuff. As there's now a runner on first and second. Baeza at second, Siegel at first, with E.J. Andrews up at the plate from Long Beach, California. In his first at-bat, he popped it up to center fielder Justin Kirby. Kirby misread that one, and E.J. Andrews went in for a double and later scored the Pilots' only run on the night so far. And here's the first pitch to him. Fastball in there for strike 1. Peyton gets his sign. Looks over at Baeza at first. 0-1 pitch, swung on and missed for strike 2.
Big 2 pitches there for Blake Peyton after his last 5 missed, coming in and setting the tone with this batter right here with 2 straight strikes.
E.J. Andrews steps in. Peyton gets his sign. And here's the 0-2 pitch. Misses outside for ball 1. 1-2 is the count now. Blake Peyton attends Arizona University, as he's from Santee, California. California versus California matchup right here. And here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 3. And E.J. Andrews is down on strikes. Got him swinging there, as there's now 1 out in the top of the 4th. But bringing up Dalen Clifton, a threat on the base path, and today he has a single, as he's 1 for 1. Here's the first pitch to him in the dirt for ball 1. Clifton, 292 on the year coming into this ball game. Played in all 7 of the Pilots' ball games. As he has 4 RBIs so far in the season. And the 1-0 pitch in there for strike 1. As now he has 5 RBIs on the season, with the 1 RBI that he had in the 3rd inning to bring in the Pilots run. So here's the 1-1 pitch from Peyton, and that will be fouled out of play, and the count goes to 1-2. So Clifton, a threat now for possibly a 2nd RBI in the ball game, as Siegel's at first, Baeza at second. And Collecting now with a 1-2 count. Peyton gets his sign. Looks over at second, the 1-2 pitch. High for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. With runners on first and second here in the top of the 4th inning. Peyton with the 2-2. In the dirt, gets away from Thompson, and runners will advance up a base. As Baeza will get third and Siegel will get second. Payoff pitch from Peyton. Fouled out of play. And the count will remain 3-2. So Baeza now at third. Siegel's at second. Now a pop fly or a hard grounder could potentially score another run for the Pilots. And here's the payoff pitch. Grounded to third baseman Carlson to throw to first in time for out number 2. Runners will stay put where they are. And a big out there by the Miners to keep runners where they are and get another out.
Now batting for the Pilots, second baseman Malcolm Tipler.
Bringing up top of the lineup for the Pilots, Malcolm Tipler. Popped up in both appearances. First inning he popped up behind home plate in foul territory for Sam Thompson to make the catch. And here's the first offering to him. Inside for ball 1. And then the third inning popped up to second baseman Josh Brishton. And here's the 1-0 pitch. Misses inside again for ball 2. Blake Peyton looking to work his way out of another inning. As the 2-0 pitch in there for strike 1. Baeza takes his lead off at third. Siegel from second. Peyton toes the rubber, kicks and deals the 2-1. Inside, misses 3-1. And Malcolm Tipler will have a hitter's count here with 2 outs and the runners on second and third. And here's the 3-1. Popped into right field, and that will be gone. So Malcolm Tipler with a 3-run home run, as Aaron Walters was in right field, went as far back as he could, as that ball was crushed out of here. And the Pilots will take a 4-0 lead here on the top of the 4th.
Now batting for the Pilots, catcher Zach Morgan.
And it looks like that'll do it for Blake Peyton on the mound, as he went 3 2/3, giving up 4 runs on 4 hits. As we'll have the new pitcher for the Miners and all the info about him coming up next
St. Louis
in just a
and
few
Westville,
moments.
Florida.
as Evan Floyd will now toe the rubber for the Miners, as he's coming into a 4-0 ball game in favor of the Pilots, bringing up Zach Morgan to the plate, as he is 0 for 1 tonight with a walk. And here's the first offering to him. Popped up, out of play for strike one. Oh, one's the count. Here's the pitch. Line into center field. Justin Kirby under it and will make the catch for out number 3. So Pilots did some damage there in the 4th inning, as a 3-run home run will give the Pilots a 4-0 lead going to the bottom of the 4th inning. Center field Justin Kirby to get things started for the Miners tonight, bringing up the 2, 3, 4 hitters for the Miners. Justin Kirby 0 for 1 on the day with a ground out to first as he steps up to the plate, excuse me. And here's the first offering to him. First pitch popped up, and the right fielder will call that one off and make the catch for out number 1.
Now batting for the Miners, first baseman Drew Williamson.
As Garrett Spain will make that catch in right field with the first out of the inning, bringing up Drew Williamson. Williamson is 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout as he steps in with 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Miners with only 1 hit so far in this ball game came in the bottom of the 3rd. And here's the first pitch, lined into right field. And Garrett Spain with a great diving catch there for out number 2. So Garrett Spain getting some work in here in the bottom of the 4th inning, as 2 straight flyouts to him in right. That one definitely harder than the first one, as he had to basically slide under that one and make the catch for out number 2, bringing up Tanner Carlson.
Just 2 pitches for Carson here in this 4th, so we'll see if Carlson takes here to start the at-bat.
And he does for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, and 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Very quick 2 outs so far with 2 straight pitches. And here's the 0-1. Fouled straight back into the catcher's mask as the count will move to 0-2. Tanner Carlson from Elk Grove, California. One of the few players from Long Beach State. In his previous season, went 195 there for him. And here's the 0-2 pitch to him. Outside for ball 1. Tanner Carlson, so far in a Miners uniform, is batting .259 coming in this ball game. He's the 4th best average on the team. And here's the 1-2 pitch to him. In the dirt for ball 2. 2's on the board now with 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here in the bottom half of the 4th inning, the Pilots lead 4-0. And here's the 2-2 pitch. Fouled straight back. We could have had a souvenir there if there was no fencing, as that was lined up to go into the press box. And the count will remain 2-2. And here's the 2-2 pitch. Curveball hits the outside part of the plate. Carlson knew it as soon as that ball hit the glove. And that will be the 3rd out of the inning. So Miners trail 4-0 going in the top of the 5th. As the Miners 0, Pilots 4, and we'll have that 5th inning action coming up for you next. And here we are on the top of the 5th. Again, tonight at the ballpark is Military Appreciation Night. And as for any military personnel out there, we thank you for your service. Any veterans, thank you for your cause. And any family members that have had a soldier die on the battlefield, we thank you for your sacrifice. And we are here for you for your grievings. As the first pitch will be popped up to center field. Justin Kirby under it for out number 1. And for tonight's jerseys, New Balance donated them, and they will be up for auction. They're up for auction here in the ballpark, but also you can call 907-357-6400 and ask for Ashley or JC Monday through Friday until the end of the season to place your bid. And you can also, there is a limit on the bid to buy now, as you can buy those. And we are updating our live stream chat, and we'll have all that info for you momentarily, as all proceeds will go to good causes to support military families and military personnel. As the 0-1 pitch is in the dirt for ball 1. 1-1's the count. As Evan Floyd is still on the rubber for the Miners. As the 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed for strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the top of the 5th, and here's the 1-2 pitch is outside for ball 2. Floyd 2 2/3, 3 2/3 pitches, as the 2-2 pitch is swung on and missed in the dirt. Be a drop third strike, the throw to first in time for out number 2. as back-to-back outs here in
Now batting for the Pilots,
the
shortstop Matt Otino.
top of the fifth. Evan Floyd from Pensacola, Florida, attends St. Louis University, and so far in a minors uniform, he is 0-0 with a 14.73 ERA and 3 2/3 innings pitched as the curveball way inside and will miss for ball one. Try to get the curveball action in there, but appears to slip out of his hand and will go to the backstop. One knows the pit. 1-0 pitch, grounded to second baseman Christian to throw to Drew Williamson at first in time for out number 3. So that'll do it for the Pilots. A fast inning for 'em as there's 3 up, 3 down, and we'll have the Miners coming up next as the Pilots lead 4-0.
Now batting for the Miners.
And here we are in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Cody Huff to lead things off for the Miners as the Miners trail 4-0. We just put all the info up to place bids on the jerseys the Miners will wear tonight, as well as receiving the jersey. The jersey will also be signed by the entire team. And here's the first pitch to Huff, outside for ball 1. As, in my opinion, these are probably one of the coolest jerseys the Miners have worn so far. And here's the 1-0 pitch. Misses outside for ball 2. As they have those nice camo tops jerseys with the white pants, and the Pilots tonight will have their away blue jerseys with the cursive Pilots across the chest and gray pants. And here's the 2-0 pitch. Popped up, foul out of play for strike 1. Huff got to first base in the 2nd inning on an error by the shortstop, Otino, as he's 2-1 pitch is fouled out of play for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And here's the 2-1 pitch. Curveball outside, misses for ball 3. And here's the 3-2 pitch. Hits Huff. And he'll take first base on the hit by pitch.
That got him right on the wrist.
Yeah, that's that one spot you gotta be careful with. Usually with the protection that players wear, that's the one part that is vulnerable. Appears to be okay on first base. as Aaron Walters will step in. Walters 0 for 1 tonight with a strikeout swinging in the second. Is behind the count now 0-1 as Huff takes his lead at first. And the 0-1 pitch lined into right field as Spain will make the play, and Miners get things going here to start the bottom of the fifth with runners on first and second. Runners on first and second now, no outs, as catcher Sam Thompson will step in as he is 0 for 1 tonight with the strikeout swinging. So Walters at first, Huff at second, as Thompson will step in. Thompson from Brennan, Georgia, goes to Kent State. And here's the first pitch to him. Misses inside for ball 1. Peyton Carson still on the mound for the Glacier Pilots, as through the first 4 innings appeared to be unstoppable against the Miners, only allowing 1 hit, but right now in the bottom of the fifth, he's currently in a jam with runners on first and second and no outs. And here's the 1-0 pitch. Line foul out of play, and the count will even up at 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, no outs. As Huff takes his lead at first, Walters takes his lead. Walters takes his lead at first. Huff will take his lead off a second, as Thompson with the 1-1 count. 1-1 pitch misses outside for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike to Thompson. One pitch hit deep to right center field. Will get down against the wall. Huff's going to score. Walters will hold up at third, and Thompson will stand at second with an RBI double from Sam Thompson to get the Miners on the board. And it appears that the Pilots coach will come out and have a talk to Peyton Carson. So a hard hit ball to right field, Garrett Spain. He tried to jump and make the catch, was unable to, as that will get down against the wall, allowing Huff to score. It appeared that Huff and Walters were holding up to see if Spain was going to make that catch at right field. Once they saw it drop, they were sprinting as fast as they can, with Huff scoring easily. And Walters holding up at third, and now Thompson will stand at second. As it appears, pitching coach for the Pilots will get his message across to Peyton Carson. As Caden Hogan, will step in for the Miners. He is 0 for 1 tonight with the strikeout. As Hogan's from Reno, Nevada. First baseman in, and the first offering to him is fouled out of play down the first base line. Hogan at Long Beach State batted .250 in his previous season. So far with the Miners, he's batted .077 in his 5 games. And he's down the count now 0-1, and here's the pitch. Hits that outside part of the plate for strike 2. 0-1's the count. So Miners hoping to do a little more damage now, as they now trail 4-1 in this ball game, with runners on second and third, and no outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And here's the 0-2 pitch. Line into right field, Spain under it makes the catch. Walters will tag up from third. Thompson will tag from second. And the Miners get another run as they now trail 4-2. So Miners have a man on third now with one out. Bringing up Josh Bristian.
Second baseman Josh Bristian.
So the sacrifice fly from Hogan will score a run, as Thompson will take his lead off at third, bringing in Bristian to the plate. And here's the first pitch to him. Hit that inside part of the plate for strike one. 0-1's the count. Bristian's 1 for 1 today with a single in the second inning. On the season, Bristian's batting to 105. And here's the 0-1 pitch to him. Grounded out of play. And the count will go to 0-2. Peyton Carson hoping to limit the damage here with a runner on third, already allowing 2 runs. Out of Missouri State. Toes the rubber, and here's the 0-2 pitch. In the dirt for ball 1. 1-2's the count now. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Miners trail 4-2 with a man on third. As Carson toes the mound, gets his sign. And here's the 1-2 pitch. Pops him up, might stay in play. First baseman Baeza's under it and will make the catch in foul territory for out number 2. As Thompson will not be able to tag up there, and he'll stay at third with 2 outs. Bringing up Eric Webb. Webb on the day is 0 for 2 with a fly out to right field in the third and a ground out in the first. As with 2 outs, he has a runner at third. And here's the first offering to him. Hits the outside part of the strike zone for strike 1. 0-1's the count, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Carson with the 0-1. Pops him up to center field. Center fielder Andrews is back. Gets under it and will make the catch for out number 3. So that will end the inning for the Miners. They get 2 across, though, and cut the lead to 2. As on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on, they score 2 in the bottom of the 5th inning as they still trail the Pilots 4-2.
All right, folks, get out the Pilots, first baseman Alex
Top of the 6th now. Miners trail the Pilots 4-2. As number 15, Alex Baeza, will start things off in the top of the 6th. Evan Floyd still on the mound for the Miners, as he's pitched 2 1/3. Excuse me, 1 1/3. This inning will be his start of his 1 2/3 inning, as Baeza fouls that one off for strike 1. Baeza 0 for 1 on the night with a pop-up to second baseman Josh Bristian. As the 0-1 pitch is popped up to left field. Webb's not able to make the catch in foul territory. Had a sprint for that one, as he just misses that one, and the count will go to 0-2. So Baez is 0 for 1 tonight with the pop-up to second baseman Josh Bristian. And then he was hit by the pitch in the 4th inning and later scored on a home run by Malcolm Tipler. Down the count now 0-2, and here's the 0-2 pitch from Floyd outside for ball 1. Floyd agrees with his sign at 1-2 is the count, and here's the pitch. Fouled out of play. Will be a souvenir for the fans here at Herman Brothers Field, and the count will go to 1-2. Haven't gotten the official attendance yet for this ball game, but it should be a high one, as all the stands are full watching this Alaska baseball game, and the 1-2 pitch misses outside for ball 2. And that's the special thing about Herman Brothers Field. They always get a strong attendance. When we traveled to the Chinooks and Pilots and the Bucks games, they didn't have as strong as attendance, so the home field advantage here is strong with the 2-2 pitch is popped up to Justin Kirby, and that will drop in front of him, as that will be a base hit for Alex Baeza. So a little blooper to center field will drop for the single for Baeza. And Kirby's having some trouble reading them tonight. As Baeza will take his lead out of first, bringing up Zach Siegel. He was walked in the 4th inning and grounded out in the 2nd. As Floyd will look over at first, get his sign, and here's the first pitch, as he takes it for ball 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Misses inside for ball 2. Two balls, no strikes, no out, and Baeza takes his lead off of first. And here's the 2-0 pitch. Misses inside for ball 3. Three balls, no strikes. Runner on first, no outs here in the top of the 6th. And here's Floyd with the 3-0 pitch. In there for strike 1. 3-1's the count. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Runner goes inside. Will miss for ball 4, so Baeza stealing off the pitch, but holds up after he realized it was ball 4, and he'll take second on the walk to Zach Siegel. So runners on first and second now, and pitching coach Jeff Erlab will have a word with Evan Floyd and the rest of the infield on the mound. So Pilots threatening here in the top of the 6th, with the runners on first and second, no outs, as the Miners did cut the lead to 2 in the bottom of the 5th inning. As the Pilots are looking to attack back here and counter-attack in the top of the 6th. Bringing up E.J. Andrews. Andrews is 1 for 2 on the night with a strikeout and a double. And here's the first pitch to him. In there for strike 1. E.J. Andrews out of Long Beach, California. Attends Fresno State. Batted .290 there in his previous season. Falls behind the count 0-1, and here's the pitch. Popped them up the center. Justin Kirby runs in as Josh Bristian will actually make that catch. Look to be in between Bristian at second, Walters in right, and Kirby in center.
And he fell over making that catch too. Bristian was backpedaling to that ball, covered a lot of ground to get out to short right center to make that play.
And balls have not been easy to track in this ball game, as that will be the first out, bringing up Dalen Collicton. And here's the first pitch to him. In there for strike 1. Collicton's 1 for 2 on the day, with a single in the third and a ground out in the fourth, as he steps in with the runners on first and second and 1 out. And here's the 0-1 pitch to him. Curveball hits the outside part of the plate for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning. Pilots lead the Miners in hits with 5 hits for the Pilots, 3 for the Miners. And here's the 0-2 pitch. In there, got him looking for strike 3.
And I think Sam Thompson, the catcher, thought that was the third out. He flipped the ball back to the mound like it was out number 3, but it's just 2. And that was a live ball, too. So you saw the runner at second, Alex Baeza, jump a little there. He thought both the pitcher and catcher were going to run off, but Evan Floyd realized it and quickly jumped back to the ball.
So runners on first and second, 2 outs now. With the top of the lineup, Malcolm Tipler, dangerous hitter at the plate. First pitch to him in there for strike 1. As he did the damage for the Pilots in the 4th inning with a 3-run home run. Earlier in the ball game, he popped up twice in the 3rd and 1st inning as he falls behind 0-1. And here's the 0-1 pitch. Crushed into right field, should stay in as Walters is under it for out number 3. So that'll do it for the Pilots in the top of the 6th. They do leave 2 stranded, as no runs, no hits in the top of the 6th. Pilots still lead the Miners, though, 4-2, going to the bottom of the 6th inning. Going in the bottom of the 6th inning. In between innings there, the Miners bullpen had a little performance for the crowd here at Herman Brothers Field. Had a little mosh pit out there in the bullpen, bringing up Justin Kirby to lead things off for the Miners. New pitcher on the mound for the Pilots is Avery Jones out of Gig Harbor, Washington. Goes to Central Arizona College. And here's the first pitch to Kirby in the dirt for ball 1. Miners trail the Pilots 4-2. But they got things going last inning with 2 runs. Let's see what they can do this inning as the 1-0 pitch hits the inside corner for strike 1. Avery Jones, 8-5 in his previous season at Central Arizona with a 4.26 ERA and 80 1/3 innings pitched with a curveball in there for strike 2. And here's the 1-2 pitch to Kirby. In there, got him looking for strike 3. Good off-speed action from Jones to hit the corner. And we'll put Kirby down on strikes as Drew Williamson will step up as he is 0 for 2 tonight with a strikeout and a fly out to right field. And here's the first offering to him. Swung on and missed for strike 1. Avery Jones has a lot of movement on his pitches so far. And here's the 0-1 pitch outside for ball 1. 1-1 is the count.
Jones doesn't have necessarily a lot of velocity on his pitches, but a very smooth delivery from the right-hander, and he likes the junk too. A good mix of off-speed stuff.
And here's Williamson will swing and get a hold of that ball, but straight into the catcher's glove. Will make the count 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Here in the bottom of the 6th, and here's the 1-2 pitch. Popped up in the left field. Collecting will not be able to make the catch. Williamson will hold up at first as that outfield is very dangerous for pop flies, as we can tell in this ball game, as that will be misread by Collectin. He had to sprint as fast as he could to try to get under that one. Was unable to. Did a little barrel roll there as Williamson will be in there with a single.
And a big hit for Williamson there too while he's in a slump. You know, ball wasn't necessarily hit that hard. It's a blooper, but it's those kinds of hits that boost the confidence and get you out of a slump.
Bringing up Tanner Carlson, misses. We'll look at the first pitch to him and we'll miss for ball 1. 1-0 is the count as Williamson will take his lead off of first. And here's the 1-0 pitch. Grounded down the third base line. Third baseman Siegel able to make the catch. Throw to second in time for out number 2. So a good play there by Siegel at third to dive and stop that ball from getting into the outfield. Throw over in time at second for out number 2. Bringing up Cody Huff. Huff 0 for 1 on the day, reaching in the 2nd inning on an error, and then in the 5th inning by hit by pitch. As Williamson and the thrower to first will not be in time, as after the pitch will throw down to first with Tanner Carlson at first base. He was able to get back in time. Oh, and 1's the count now. And here's the pitch to Huff in the dirt for ball 1. Carlson will go to second and will get thrown out. So the ball is in the dirt on the pitch. Carlson decide to try to take second on that one and will get thrown out. So Miners coming to this game perfect on stolen bases. Will now be 0-2 on the night when trying to take second base, and I'll hand it over to Brandon Monty to close things out on play-by-play for the rest of the night as the Pilots lead the Miners going into the top of the 7th, 4-2.
Brandon Monty back with you here in the top half of inning number 7. The Mat-Su Miners trailing the Anchorage Glacier Pilots 4-2 alongside my good colleague Nick Veland. We're happy as always to be bringing you Mat-Su Miners baseball all season long on YouTube Live as the first pitch to catcher Zach Morgan is fouled off catcher Sam Thompson. And that one looked like it got him pretty good there, and now the home plate umpire is going to have a word with pitcher Evan Floyd. And I think I'm not sure what they're discussing. As Floyd back on the mound here, came into the game in the 4th after Blake Payton gave up that 3-run homer to Malcolm Tipler. That was the end of the night for the Miners starter Payton. And so far, so good for Evan Floyd on this one, as this is the 10th batter that he will be facing in this ball game. Just 1 hit allowed from the right-hander, 2 base runners for that matter, and 2 strikeouts as well for the Pensacola, Florida native, as the 0-1 pitch runs inside with the breaking ball, and Morgan had to duck for cover there as he got out of the way. 1-1. So Pilots up 4-2 here in the 7th. The Anchorage Glacier Pilots looking for win number 5 on the season. The Miners looking to go to 6-5 as the 1-1 pitch, a called strike 2 at the letters. The Miners didn't get off to that fast of a start last year either. Through 5 games, they were 5-5. But as we all know, they went on to win the ABL championship as the 1-2 pitch is lined right back towards us off the press box, so we'll do it again, 1-2. Attendance for tonight's ball game, pretty impressive. 1,192 passionate fans in the stands here at Herman Brothers Field supporting both teams. The largest attendance on the season. The 1-2 pitch on its way, breaking ball lined back up the middle, and a base hit for Zach Morgan here to start the Glacier Pilot half of the 7th. So Morgan reaching base for the 2nd time tonight, his first hit of the evening, as he's now 1 for 3. And speaking of 1 for 3, here comes the 3rd hitter, Garrett Spain. Garrett Spain doubled in the 1st and has flown out to center in his last 2 appearances. Pilots have a runner on first here to start their half of the 7th. Still a 4-2 game, nobody down. Evan Floyd still on the rubber. Other ABL action tonight, the Chugiak Chinooks leading the struggling Anchorage Bucks 6-4 as first pitch to Spain. He signaled bunt, but pulled it back in time as a pitch missed low, 1-0. That game is out in Anchorage. The Chinooks still on the road. They just finished their trip to Kenai to face off against the Oilers. Bucks were 7-4 coming in. Chinooks 4-7. Floyd is ready. The 1-0 pitch. Fastball misses away, 2-0. As we mentioned, The Bucks were on a 6-game winning streak after starting the year 1-1, but they've now lost their last 3 and are in danger of losing their 4th straight tonight at home against the Chinooks. Floyd is ready, checks the runner. Runner goes, pitch is grounded over towards second. Bristian dives, but he can't get it. And that's going to be a base hit into right. Morgan thought about trotting over to third there, but hesitated and ended up pulling back to second. Regardless, the Pilots now have 2 runners on here and nobody out to start the top of the 7th as they look to pad their lead here. They're up 4-2 as catcher Sam Thompson goes out to have a quick word with reliever Evan Floyd.
And no action in the Miners bullpen, which is very surprising. But we'll see what happens here with runners on first and second and no outs.
The Glacier Pilots have left 6 men on base in this game. That was their 7th hit of the night as Bradley Knighting steps in and takes a called strike one in the outside corner. Knighting 0 for 2 on the night. He struck out twice and was plunked back in the 3rd. Knighting digs back in, 7 strikeouts on the year for him. Just a 120 hitter coming in. Floyd ready. Checks Morgan at second. The 0-1 pitch to Knighting is hit out to left field. This one's going to be handled by Hogan as that ball didn't have much of a carry to it. Barely got out of the infield as Hogan had enough time to camp underneath it and make the catch for out number 1. So a big out there by Floyd, and in the meantime, the runner's not able to advance as that ball not hit anywhere deep enough to move him up. So we go now to the number 5 hitter, Matt Attino. He's 0 for 3 on the night. 1 lineout and 2 groundouts to the second baseman. Pilots still have 2 men on, 1 out. First pitch to Attino is fouled off to the right side. That'll get out of play. Remember, folks, a foul ball like that one can do some serious damage to your car. You can always visit the fine folks at the Valley's locally owned and operated Napa Auto Parts. They're in Big Lake, Palmer, and Wasilla. Visit www.napaalaska.com for more details. Floyd ready at the belt, working from the left side of the rubber. The 0-1 pitch is lined out to right field. This one is just going to drift foul in the right field corner. That one could have been trouble. Definitely would have brought in 1 RBI, potentially 2. But instead, it does no damage, and Floyd's still ahead in the count 0-2. This is Floyd's 4th appearance of the year. No decisions. Entered the game with 3 2/3 innings pitched. He may double that here tonight. 14.73 ERA coming in. Floyd ready at the belt. Working from the stretch still. The 0-2 pitch to Attino is popped up. And this one's going to drift out to short right field as running in is Walters. He calls off Bristian and makes the catch for out number 2. So a good response there by Evan Floyd after giving up hits to the first 2 batters of the inning. Has got the last 2 to pop out. And in the meantime, the runners have not been able to advance as neither of the last 2 hits have gone far enough to where Zach Morgan could tag up and go to third. So 2 men on, 2 men out, and Alex Baeza digging in.
And in the 6th inning, too, Floyd started that inning giving up 2 base hits. Well, a walk and a base hit, putting the runners on first and second was able to work out. So let's see what he can do here.
The first pitch to Baeza is grounded over to second. This one should get him out of the inning. Bristian fields it cleanly, throws to Williamson for out number 3, and the side is retired. Glacier Pilots leave 2 stranded. It's stretch time here at Herman Brothers Field. Bottom of the 7th coming up. Anchorage Glacier Pilots lead it 4-2. Back here with you folks, we just concluded the 7th inning stretch as the Miners coming up in the bottom half of inning number 7. They trail the Anchorage Glacier Pilots 4-2. Reliever Avery Jones now coming in for his 2nd inning of relief work. It's his 2nd appearance on the year, 4th inning. Opponents hitting .222 against him, 2 hits, 1 run. It wasn't earned. 2 punch-outs, 3 walks as Cody Huff leads things off for the Miners. The first pitch is a ball missing away, the fastball 1-0. 5, 6, 7 coming up for Tyler LeBrun's Miners here in the 7th. Aaron Walters on deck. Sam Thompson waiting in the hole as the 1-0 pitch, a fastball catching the inside corner for a called strike 1. Cody Huff on the evening is 0 for 1. He reached base. Well, he's reached base both times that he's appeared at the plate. Once on an error and once on a hit by pitch. It got him right on the wrist in his last time around as the 1-1 pitch misses low, 2-1. The 6-6 right-hander Jones ready as the 2-1 is grounded over to third, and Segal dropped it. He thought about the throw before he could even corral the ball in his mitt. Chalk that one up as an E5, so for the 2nd time today, Huff reaches base on a defensive blunder by the Glacier Pilots, and hey, if the other team's going to give away outs, you got to capitalize. So a free base runner here for the Miners to start the bottom of the 7th, and Aaron Walters stepping up. Walters is 1 for 2, struck out swinging back in the 2nd and then singled back in inning number 5. Huff gets a 3-step lead off first. Jones' first pitch to Walters, a fastball that misses upstairs, 1-0. The Miners still have not come from behind to win this season. They're looking for that first come-from-behind victory as the is grounded over to first. Baeza up with it, throws to second for 1, back to first, and Walters able to leg it out. So chalk that one up as a fielder's choice, 3-6. So we'll do it again, a runner on first, but 1 out now. And Sam Thompson coming to the plate. He's got one of the 2 Miner RBIs on the evening, as he hit a double to the right center field fence his last time aboard. He's 1 for 2. Thompson now has 2 RBIs on the season. A .222 hitter. Righty on righty matchup here as the 6'6 righty from Gig Harbor, Washington, Avery Jones ready. First pitch to Thompson is lined to left center field. Clifton drifting to his left and makes a diving catch. That was a hard hit ball by Sam Thompson. Looked like he was going to have extra bases once again, but a fantastic play by Clifton. He was parallel to the ground on that one as he saves extra bases and potentially a run. And we'll see that one on the Web Gems later tonight. So still a runner on first, 2 down, and Caden Hogan stepping in. Sacrifice fly his last time around as he's 0 for 1 with a ribby. Hogan picked up his first RBI on the season in his last at-bat. The first pitch to him grounded over to short. Autino bobbles it. He throws back over to first, and Hogan beats it out. Not sure how that one will be marked up. It was close between them. However, Autino bobbled the ball, and now he's down at short. And that's the 2nd error of the game on Autino. The 2nd of the inning for the Pilots, and now he's down on a knee as his fellow teammates attend to him, as does the umpire. And now a coach coming out for the Glacier Pilots here. So runner at first and 2nd with 2 down off the strength of 2 errors. That's the 3rd defensive blunder of the night for the Pilots. As I'm not really sure what happened to Autino. He may have pulled something there on that play, making the throw after he bobbled it. I'm not too sure, as he'll try to walk it off here. So while they attend to him, we'll take a short break here. Josh Bristian coming up to bat Miners have 2 men on, 2 men out. So Otino appears to be okay at short. I'm not sure what happened. Not having his best night defensively in the field, as he's now got 2 errors to his credit. Really the whole left side of the infield for the Pilots struggling. 3 errors on the evening as Josh Brishton steps in. He's 1 for 2. He had the first hit for the Miners in this one back in the 3rd, and he flew out his last time around. Tying run on first. Lead run at the plate in the form of Josh Brishton. The first pitch to him is lined to center field. Andrews is retreating to his left and makes the catch. So the Miners can't catch any breaks in the bottom half of the 7th. They were hitting the ball around the yard, but they leave 2 stranded. So we go to the 8th. Anchorage Glacier Pilots still out in front, 4-2. Back here with you at Herman Brothers Field, Brandon Monty alongside Nick Veland. Happy as always to be bringing you Matsu Miners baseball all season long on YouTube Live. Remember, folks, you can stream all Matsu Miner games, both home and away, on our YouTube channel. Just look up Matsu Miners. We have pregame shows for you 30 minutes prior to the start of every Matsu Miner game. We're in the top of the 8th here, and the Miners are behind to the Anchorage Glacier Pilots 4-2. As the Miners looking to avoid dropping to 1-4 at home on the season. The first pitch on its way to Zach Segal is a ball on the inside. The 1-0. Evan Floyd back out on the mound. He came in to get the final out of the 4th inning and has been in ever since. As Segal sends one high in the air in the infield. Josh Brishton is underneath it, makes the catch for out number 1. So Segal retired after reaching base on a walk his last 2 appearances. And E.J. Andrews coming to the plate. Andrews 1 for 3, doubled his first time around to deep center, struck out swinging in the 4th, and popped out to the second baseman in the 6th. Miners looking to go above 500 for the first time this season. They'll need a come-from-behind effort to do so, though, as Evan Floyd's first pitch, a breaking ball that misses inside. Floyd just finished his junior year with the St. Louis Billikens. It was his 3rd college. He started at Air Force and then made his way to Pensacola Community College in Florida. The 1-0 on the way to Andrews. Low with the fastball, 2-0. This past year, Floyd, 3 innings of work for the Billikens, made 2 appearances for them. 182 opposing batting average, 4 strikeouts, 1 walk. So far, so good for him out of the pen here today as the 2-0 to Andrews misses upstairs, so 3-0 now the count. Floyd now 3 1/3 innings of work. Had 3 2/3 coming into this one. As the 3-0 pitch, a fastball right down the pipe for a called strike one. Still a hitter's count, though, for number 31, as he's ahead 3-1 to the right-hander Evan Floyd. As there's now double barrel action in the Miner bullpen, a righty and a lefty getting loose as ball 4 thrown by Floyd, a fastball missing low and away. So the Miners will have to get out of trouble again here in the 7th as Sam Thompson takes another visit out to Floyd to try to calm him down here. Can't tell who's warming up out there in the Miner pen, and there's also a righty getting loose in the Glacier Pilots bullpen. 4-2 our score. Top of the 8th, 1 man on, 1 man out. And stepping into bat, the number 9 hitting Dalen Clifton. Clifton's already got an RBI in this one. Drove in the first run of the game back in inning number 3 on a grounder up the middle, and now pitching coach Jeff Erlab heads out to the hill. We'll see if he's going to make a change here or if he's just buying time for his relievers to get loose as they just started to warm up as the whole infield gathers in. Remember, folks, the Mat-Su Miners will be at home all week, Monday through Friday. After tonight's game, they begin a 4-game series against the red-hot Peninsula Oilers, who got the night off tonight as they'll be more than likely traveling to Palmer today if they're not here already, making the trip from Kenai. You can view all those games here on YouTube Live, as the Mat-Su Miners YouTube channel is your broadcast home for Miners games all season long. As the runner goes, and it's a called strike one. The throw down to second is not in time. And Josh Bristian can't believe it, and Tyler LeBrun comes sprinting out of the first base dugout. And now LeBrun is going to have a word with the umpire at second. It was a bang-bang play. Andrews slid on the outside of the bag. It looked like Bristian applied the tag in time. The ball definitely beat Andrews to the bag.
The umpire looked at his glove after that play was made. Looked for a good 3 seconds as appeared to see like if the ball might have dropped out of his glove or something. But we'll call him safe, surprisingly.
Yeah, normally that's the weirdest part about it. Normally when an umpire looks for the ball after a tag, then that means the guy's probably out because he's looking to see if the ball popped out of the mitt, and it didn't. But he still signals Andrews as safe, so the Pilots have a runner in scoring position as the pitch misses for a ball. And the scoreboard not updating here, so I can't tell if that first pitch was actually a ball or a strike. It looked like he called it a strike, but I didn't see clearly. So 1-0 is our count, and it doesn't matter because Floyd plunks Clifton right in the back. And that one is going to sting. So Clifton heads down to first. Runners at first and second. 1 man out. And now Tyler LeBrun back out of the dugout. Looks like we're going to have a pitching change. Malcolm Tipler, the leadoff man, coming to bat. And Tyler LeBrun gives the signal. We've got a man coming out of the bullpen. We'll tell you who it is when we come back. Pitching change for the Miners here in the 8th. It'll be right-hander Jack White. White just finished his redshirt freshman year at New Mexico, the home of the Lobos, an Albuquerque, New Mexico native. He's making his 4th appearance of the year. He's 0-2, ERA 5.14 in 7 innings of work, 6 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned, 2 homers, 5 strikeouts, 4 walks. He'll go up against the leadoff man, Malcolm Tipler, who's 1 for 4 on the day, and a fastball misses away from White on his first pitch of the evening, 1-0 the count. Tipler could have the deciding hit in this game on a 3-run home run to right field back in the 4th that chased starter Blake Payton. White working from the stretch off the left side of the rubber. Here comes the 1-0 offering. Fastball catches the outside corner, and Tipler did a little hop there afterwards and gave a look down to his third base coach. Don't think he agreed with it, but regardless, we're even. Ones across the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 2 men on base here for the Glacier Pilots. They lead it by 2 as White gets his sign. Checks Andrews at second. Here comes the 1-1 offering. Fastball missing outside this time. 2-1. Jack White looking to play a little damage control role here. The 2 base runners will be applied to Floyd as White looks to keep the deficit where it is. 2-1 on the way to Malcolm Tipler. Is popped up foul to the left side, and that one's going to get out of play. It'll be a souvenir. 2-2. Opponents hitting .240 on the year against Jack White, again making his 4th appearance on the season. Last time out against the Bucks, he was hit with a loss out of the pen. Working from the left side of the rubber, he's ready at the letters. 2-2 on its way, swung on and missed. Strike 3, a good change up there by White. Tipler was way out in front of it for strike 3, 2 down.
Now batting for the Pilots, catcher Zach Morgan.
Zach Morgan singled his last time aboard. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Walked back in the 3rd, flew out to center in the 4th, and grounded out to 3rd in the 1st. Morgan digs in, righty on righty matchup here as Jack White 1 out away from getting the Miners out of a jam. First pitch to Morgan. Fastball is right there for a called strike 1, and Morgan looked pretty frustrated after that one. Perhaps he may have had the take sign there on the first pitch, and that fastball was right there. Took a deep breath after that one and kind of stormed out of the box. So 0-1 the count. White ready, working off the left side of the rubber. Checks Andrews at second again. Here comes the 0-1 delivery. A fastball on the outside corner, 0-2. And Morgan again frustrated walking out of the box. So he falls behind quickly in the count, 0-2. Jack White looking for his 7th punch out of the season here. All fielders playing at normal def here. Center fielder Justin Kirby maybe a bit to his left, along with Eric Webb in left field, playing close to the left center field gap. 0-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. A big 3-pitch strikeout for White there. He sets down the first too many faces on strikes, and the side is retired. Glacier Pilots leave 2 on base. We're through 7.5 here at Herman Brothers Field. Glacier Pilots still lead it 4-2. Bottom of the 8th here at Herman Brothers Field. The Miners coming to bat down 4-2. But they've got the top of the order due up 1-2-3, and Eric Webb will start it off against Avery Jones, who is coming in for his 3rd inning of relief work. Webb 0 for 3 on the day, now an even 300 on the season, 6 for 20 at the dish. Righty on righty matchup here. Jones ready. First pitch to Webb, a breaking ball that just misses. That pitch was nasty, though. It had some good drop to it. Started looking like it was going to plunk Webb, but just missed inside. The 1-0 pitch on the way. Another breaking ball hit out towards right field. And underneath it is Garrett Spain. He's going to camp under it and make the catch for out number 1. So a 2-pitch out here. The 3rd fly out of the evening for Webb. And Justin Kirby will look to pick him up here and get a rally going in the 8th. Kirby 0 for 3 on the day. Both Webb and Kirby have struggled against this Glacier Pilot pitching staff tonight. As Kirby digs back in, Jones gets his sign from the windup. First pitch, breaking ball, drops in just a bit outside. 1-0, and you can hear some Glacier Pilots fans expressing some displeasure with that call. As Kirby jumps ahead in the count, the 1-0 pitch on its way. Another breaking ball, and again, missing upstairs 2-0. And as we've noticed, Avery Jones likes to throw the breaking stuff, as he's had the curveball working well here to this point. 2-0 pitch on its way. A fastball popped up, and this one's going to get right behind us here, out of play. 2-1 the count. Remember, folks, a foul ball can do some serious damage to your car. You can always visit the fine folks at the Valley's locally owned and operated Napa Auto Parts. They're in Big Lake, Palmer, and Wasilla. Visit www.napalaska.com for more details, as the 2-1 pitch, a breaking ball that breaks a bit too far outside. Good eye there by Kirby, and the count now 3-1. Got to be thinking fastball here if you're Kirby, as the 3-1 pitch, a fastball that is grounded to the left side, foul. So 3-2 now the count to the reigning Mid-American Conference Freshman of the Year, Justin Kirby. Miners still trail 4-2. Bottom of the 8th here. 3-2 on the way to Kirby as a little chopper toward third. Seagal charges, fires across the diamond, and it beats Kirby by about a step. Chalk that one up as a 5-3 ground out. So the first 2 men of the inning set down, and Drew Williamson back up to bat. Williamson 1 for 3. Strikeout, flyout, and then a bloop single back in the 6th. As the Miners look to initiate a rally here with 2 outs. Infield playing for a pull here, as the first pitch to Williamson misses low, 1-0. Second baseman Malcolm Tipler playing on the edge of the outfield grass. Shortstop playing towards second, as the 1-0 pitch again missing low. Jones living on that low part of the zone. 2-0 now to start off against the Bruton, Alabama native. Jones working quickly. 2-0 pitch is chopped over to second. Tipler charges it, corrals it, throws over to first in time, and the side is retired. Miners go 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 8th. We are through 8 here at Herman Brothers Field. As we enter the 9th, Glacier Pilots lead it 4-2. Welcome back, Matsu Miners fans. Back here in the top of the ninth, the Anchorage Glacier Pilots leading your three-time defending ABL champion Miners 4-2. As the 3, 4, and 5 coming up for Jeff Pritchard's Glacier Pilots, it will be Garrett Spain leading things off. A new pitcher for the Miners. It'll be right-hander Connor Clark making his third appearance of the year. He's 1-0, 0 ERA, 2 innings pitched, 200 average against him, 1 hit, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks, as the first pitch is hit out towards left center field. Webb is charging in and makes a diving catch. Eric Webb had to cover a lot of ground to get to that one, as a last pitch dive there makes the catch.
Wow.
On a blooper there. What a fantastic defensive effort by Webb.
SportsCenter, I hope you're watching on that one.
There have been 2 highlight reel plays out and left today, as the first pitch to the cleanup man Bradley Knighting is low for ball 1. So a quick 1 out there, and now the 1-0 pitch in there for a called strike 1 at the knees. Good pitch there by Clark. Updated ABL action. The Anchorage Bucks now hold the lead over the Chinooks. It's 8-7 in the top of the 8th, as the Bucks looking to avoid losing their 4th consecutive game, as they're currently pacing the ABL as Connor Clark's 1-1 pitch pops the mid on the outside corner. 1-2 now. He's working quickly. 1-2 pitch is popped up, foul to the left side. This one should stay in play, though, for Carlson. He's underneath it and drops it in foul territory, as the wind took that one a good ways to the right. And you can see now the wind is really starting to pick up towards right field. Last checked, it was at 20 miles per hour. Clark gets his sign. The 1-2 again, a fastball that misses way outside, 2-2. And that's not the first time we've seen a fly ball give these fielders fits today, especially out in the outfield. 2-2, low for ball 3.
At least that one was in foul territory, so it doesn't cost them as badly as it would have been if that was in play.
And especially when you're on the move, too. It's hard to track these ones down. The fly balls have been giving fielders fits all day. The 3-2 to Knighting is hit out towards center field. Kirby's going to have to take about 4 steps in, and he camps underneath it and makes the catch. So the dropped foul ball does not come back to haunt the Miners. So 2 down now. Clark has set down the first 2 men of the inning on fly balls, so Matt Otino, the shortstop, digging back in. Otino 0 for 4 on the day. First pitch to him, fastball, misses low, 1-0. Connor Clark, by way of Manorville, New York, Stony Brook University, the home of the Seawolves. The 1-0 pitch to Otino misses low, so now he's ahead in the count, 2-0. Clark, 0-1, 8.78 ERA, and 13 1/3 innings of work for the Seawolves this past year. 2-0 pitch now to Otino is popped up, and this one's going to be in foul ground behind the plate. Thompson runs over, but he's not going to be able to get this ball, as it'll be a souvenir for a fan on the right side. 4 runs, 7 hits, 3 errors for the Glacier Pilots in this one. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Miners. Clark gets his sign, working from the windup. The pitch is in the dirt and gets to the backstop, so hitters count 3-1. Glacier Pilots looking for their first win of the year against the Miners. The 3-1 pitch on its way is hit hard to short. Backhanded by Hogan. Nice play. Throws across the diamond. Williamson pulled off the bag, but he's able to recover and tag Otino for out number 3. So the side is retired. 1-2-3 go the Glacier Pilots in the 9th. The Miners will have one last chance at it here in the bottom of the 9th. 4-2. Pilots lead it. Bottom of the ninth here, the Matsu Miners with one last chance here to tie the game on what has turned into a cloudy evening here at Herman Brothers Field. The sun no longer out. It's now mostly cloudy skies. The temperature has started to dip too, now in the high 50s, and the wind is picking up. 4, 5, and 6 coming up for the Miners as Tanner Carlson starts things off. First pitch to him, a fastball in there for a called strike one on the outside corner. Anderson Needham, the new pitcher for the Pilots, coming in to close the door. He's 2-0 on the year, 0 ERA, 3 2/3 innings of work. It's his 4th appearance on the year as the 0-1 nearly runs inside and gets Carlson. He dives out of the way. Carlson 0 for 3 on the day. A flyout, a strikeout, and a fielder's choice his last time aboard. Needham working from the windup. 1-1 pitch on his way. A changeup dropping in at the knees for a called strike 2. Opponents hitting .267 against Needham this year. He's allowed 4 hits, 2 punch-outs, 2 walks. As the Miners up for their last at-bats here, the 1-2 bounces about 3 feet in front of the plate with the breaking ball, so we're even now 2-2. The Miners have yet to come from behind and win this season. As Needham gives a nod to his catcher, Zach Morgan, from the windup, 2-2 pitch, another breaking ball, and again in the dirt for ball 3. And a walk is just as good as a hit here for the Miners. Just any base runners here to try to get a rally started. Carlson still looking for that first hit of the evening. The 3-2 on its way is inside, ball 4. A good eye there on a pitch that was close to the inside corner. So the Miners start off the bottom of the ninth with a walk. And Cody Huff is coming to the dish. Huff 0 for 2 on the day. However, he has reached base every time he's taken the plate. He's reached twice on an error and was hit by a pitch in the 5th. Huff digs in. Carlson gets his lead from first. He's got 1 stolen base on the year. Infield in double play def. First pitch to Huff. A fastball misses away. Snap throw down to first, but Carlson is back in standing. 1-0. Huff on the season, a .333 hitter, 6 for 18. 5 runs, 2 RBIs, and looking for more here in the bottom of the ninth as the Miners trail it 4-2. Needham working from the right side of the rubber. Ready at the belt. The 1-0 pitch in the dirt. So now Needham has thrown 6 consecutive out of the zone after the first 2 pitches of the inning were called strikes. So we'll see if Huff continues to take here and wait for Needham to throw a strike to him. Huff's got 3 walks on the year for himself. Needham gets his sign, 2-0 delivery, runs inside, so 3-0 the count. Tying run at the plate here for the Miners as Zach Morgan goes out to have a word with his closer. And down the third base line, the Pilots have a right-hander getting loose in the event that things go south quickly here for Needham. So we'll see what they decide to do. As Needham down in the count 3-0. 7 straight pitches out of the zone here for the right-hander from Baylor by way of Heath, Texas. As the 6'4 righty is ready. Gets his sign. The 3-0 offering. Misses ball 4 and it goes to the backstop. So 8 straight out of the zone here for Anderson Needham. He's walked 2 in a row to start the inning. And now a coach coming out here for the Pilots. It's not manager Jeff Pritchard. Perhaps it's a pitching coach. Looks like maybe assistant coach Cody Thompson here.
And on the first base side, Tyler LeBrun is getting with the runners from on first and second to have a word with them. And we'll see what happens as Miners are threatening to possibly tie this game, potentially win this game here in the bottom of the ninth inning.
The Pilots bring their entire infield in here to discuss the game plan. Meanwhile, as Nick mentioned, Tyler LeBrun heading over to first to have a word with first base coach Jeff Erlab and the runners on base. So the conference on the mound looks to be over. Anderson Needham, after throwing 2 called strikes to start the inning, has now missed on his last 8 pitches. And Aaron Walters is coming to the plate and gets a big roar from this Miner crowd. As we see third baseman Zach Segal playing on the infield grass, a little in front of the base at third here. It is a bunting situation for Walters, but we'll see what LeBrun decides to do. First pitch on its way to Walters is a called strike 1 right down the middle. So Needham finding the zone there. 0-1 the count, righty on lefty matchup. Needham working from the stretch. The 0-1 is lined up the middle. That's going to drop for a base hit. And Tanner Carlson will stay put at third. So the bases are now juiced. There's nobody out. And Sam Thompson coming to the plate. Thompson 1 for 3 on the day. Struck out swinging back in the second. Doubled in a run in the 5th. And lined out hard to left field. That was the play where Dalen Clifton made that sensational diving catch in the left center field gap.
He's been hitting the ball. He's been hitting the ball well tonight, so he's a good person to have in this situation.
The tying run is at second. The winning run is at first. Needham from the windup. First pitch to Thompson, in there for a called strike 1 on the outside corner. Sam Thompson's got 2 RBIs on the season. And a chance for more here. Infield playing at normal def. The 0-1 on its way is in the dirt, and Morgan able to block it from going to the backstop.
Scoreboard here says 1 out, but there are no outs for the Miners with bases loaded.
The Ducks are on the pond, ladies and gentlemen, with nobody down. A chance here for the Matsu Miners to get their first come-from-behind victory of the year. The 1-1 to Thompson is grounded foul to the third base side, and it gets over to the Glacier Pilot dugout. So 1-2 now the count on Sam Thompson, the Bremen, Georgia native. Looking for a big hit here to bring the Miners back. Needham working from the windup. Goes into his motion, the 1-2 pitch upstairs, right around eye level, and 2-2 the count. The first time in this game the Pilots have really had their backs against the wall, and it couldn't come at a better time for the Miners. 2-2, nobody out as Needham steps off. As mentioned, there is a righty getting loose in the Pilots bullpen. Needham ready. 2-2. Lined back up the middle, and Andrews is underneath it, makes the catch. Carlson tags up as he will score. So Sam Thompson drives in a run with a sacrifice fly. 2 RBIs now on the evening for him, and the Miners cut the lead in half. It's 4-3. And a pinch hitter coming up here. It's going to be number 9, Tyler Porter. As the Pilots will throw over to third here to try to verify the call, see if he left early. Neither umpire signals anything, so.
And Andrews letting that run score from third did not throw home. Decided to throw to third to make sure that there was no tag to third. So a good play there by Andrews to let the run score and not allow the runner to tag to third.
The only run that matters here is the runner at second. That's the tying run, as again the Pilots throw over to third, but once again they
had to double verify that,
safe. I guess so, as Tyler Porter steps in, 3 for 14 on the season. He's got 1 RBI. Runners at first and second, 2 outs. Needham ready from the stretch. First pitch misses upstairs. 1 out, excuse me. So 1 out here in the Miners half of the 9th. Anderson Needham trying to work his way out of trouble here. 1-0 pitch on the way to Porter. Is lined to left field. It gets through, base hit. Rounding third is Huff. He's going to try to score. The throw to the plate is not in time, and the Miners have tied it. An RBI pinch hit single to left by Tyler Porter. And the Miners have tied it at 4. Big time piece of hitting there for Tyler Porter, his second RBI of the year. And now the winning run is in scoring position with 1 out. And Josh Bristian coming up to bat. Bristian stepping in. 1 for 3 on the day, 2 flyouts and a single. He's got a chance to be the hero here with 1 out. Winning runs in scoring position. First pitch to Bristian. Breaking ball misses low. Ball 1.
Surprised that the Pilots are letting Anderson Needham finish this ball game, just keeping him out there. He's been struggling.
There's still a right-hander out in the Pilots bullpen. However, he stopped warming up as he's just watching the game now. Bristian's ready. Needham's ready. The pitch. Fastball misses upstairs. He's ahead in the count, 2-0. Anderson Needham back on the hill. Bristian digs back in after taking a couple practice hacks. He's ahead in the count, 2-0. Bristian 3 for 22 on the year, 1 RBI, 1 run scored, and a double. Needham's ready. Checks the runner at second. From the belt. The 2-0 pitch. Fastball in there. Called strike 1 on the outside corner. 2-1 still our count. 1 out here, 2 runners on base, and a tie game, 4-4. Needham's ready. From the stretch, here comes the 2-1. Inside, ball 3. So 3-1 count here, a hitter's count for Josh Bristian. And the Miners have got their foot on the gas here in this bottom of the 9th. Looking to finish it off here. They've already tied it. The 3-1 on its way. Misses outside, ball 4. And the bases are loaded with 1 out. And this crowd is on its feet here in Palmer. And now pitching coach, assistant coach Cody Thompson is coming out. We're going to have a pitching change here. We're tied 4-4, bases loaded, 1 out. We'll tell you who the new pitcher is after this short break. back with you here, bottom of the ninth, and this ball game has turned on its ear, folks. There's an old saying, it ain't over until it's over, and those words couldn't ring any truer for these Mat-Su Miners as they have come back to tie it in this bottom half of the ninth. 4-4 game, bases loaded, 1 out. New pitcher for the Glacier Pilots, it's number 30, Cody Kerfman. He's 0 for 1 with a 5.14 ERA in 7 innings this season. He'll face Eric Webb, who's 0 for 4. He's flown out 3 times and grounded out to second. The infield is playing in. Kerfman working from the stretch off the left side of the rubber. The first pitch to Webb is looked at for a called strike 1 on the outside corner, 0-1. A ground ball here could do it depending on how it's placed. But you know Eric Webb is looking for more. 0-1 on its way is popped up foul to the right side out of play, so quickly an 0-2 count. Kerfman's 3rd appearance on the year. 5 runs, 4 earned, 7 hits, 4 strikeouts, 4 walks.
Huge pitch for him right now. 0-2, 1 out. Could potentially get 2 outs and put the runners back.
0-2 on its way. Upstairs, 1-2 with the fastball. The winning run just 90 feet away at third. Kerfman leans in. Gives the nod to catcher Zach Morgan. He's got the sign that he likes. The 1-2 pitch on its way is flown out to right field. If it's fair, it's the ball game, and it is gone! A walk-off grand slam for Eric Webb.
Holy
And
moly.
the Miners have won it. Unbelievable.
Wow.
They score 6 in the bottom of the ninth. Eric Webb walks it off as it just barely went above the right field wall, and the Mat-Su Miners go home victorious 8-4. They were down 4-2 entering the bottom of the ninth.
Wow.
But they put up a 6 spot. My goodness.
Once that was hit, I was like, that could be tagged up. Third baseman could go home on the walk-off pop fly, sacrifice fly, but that carried all the way behind the wall. Man.
As it just barely escapes the park, and it gives the Miners an 8-4 victory, their 6th win of the season, their 1st win of the year, coming from behind. What an effort from this Miner team that struggled hitting all night and then just came alive in the bottom of the ninth. And that's how this one will end. Our final score from Herman Brothers Field. The Mat-Su Miners win a classic, 8-4, on the strength of a 6-run bottom of the ninth and a walk-off grand slam for Eric Webb. We'll have post-game interviews coming up for you shortly as the Miners improve to 6-5. Thank you for joining us all night for Mat-Su Miners baseball. Again, post-game interviews coming up in just a few moments.
All right, I got that, Cam.
Cool.